Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to manipulate the content inside of the um, column component that you can position throughout the site. Now if you want to learn how to turn it on or off or how to move it from the right to the left, what we're talking about is this column over here on the right hand side. And to move that around and turn it on or off, there's another video on positioning and activating the left and right hand column. So go take a look at that video. In this video we're going to talk about how to manipulate the information. So let's talk about that. First off, there are three different components that comprise the column function itself. There are plugins which we continually will be adding into the system that you'll be able to add and use throughout these different pieces of information over here. And then there is the content, just general content that's just like editing content in the pages, but specifically for this left or right hand column. And then the third are tile ads, which are images that are advertisements very similar to your banner images, but on a smaller scale. They're just little banner images, or we call them tile ads, on the right hand side. And a lot of times these are used to promote an event that's coming up, or to have a little mini video about something. There's a lot of different reasons to use it, but most of the time the reason we call them tile ads is because most of the time you're only going to use them if you're attempting to promote something or to advertise a product. Okay, so first let's talk about the content editing tool and where to access it. So up here in your pages and content, right underneath the main pages and content, there's a left-right column content. Here's where you can manage the plugins that will appear above the tile ads. Here's where you can control content above the tile ads, and then content below the tile ads. So before we dive into these, I think what we should first do is actually put a tile ad in there so you can understand what we're doing with tile ads, and then we can talk about the content that surrounds those. Okay, so tile ads are up under the design area. So you have your banner images, and then right below those you have your tile ad groups and the images. Now within tile ads, this can get a little bit confusing, so I want to make sure I explain this clearly. There are 5 tile ad groups, and that's the maximum groups of tile ads that we've set up to allow inside the system. Now inside each group you can have an unlimited number of tile ad images. So let's say in group 1 you want to promote 4 different events or 20 different products. You can do that inside of one group, and those tile ad images will rotate very similar to the banner images that you're looking at here above, where they're transitioning from one image to the next. That exact same effect will happen to your tile ad images. So let me demonstrate this. Let's go ahead and put an image in here. So you can view all the tile ads from here, and this will list all of them by clicking on View All. And in here you'll see the groups. So here's tile ad image 1. It's currently hidden. That's why you don't see it. Tile ad image 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so they're all listed right there. And then within those you can upload additional images for that tile ad group. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click this image so that we can upload our first tile ad image to this group, group 1. Okay, now we have some suggested dimensions. You don't have to make your images that size. Our system will shrink them to the maximum width that's listed here. The height can really be whatever you want, so you can ignore that. These are just suggested dimensions. So again, a name optional, and a link is also optional. What that does is if someone clicks on that tile ad, it will take them to a page within your site or some other website where they can get more information about that particular event or promotion or product. Okay? And then you can tell it to open in this browser window, and leave them in your site, or you can tell it to open the link in a new browser window. Okay, for right now, we're not going to go into those. We're going to focus on just getting the images in here. So I'm going to upload an image. So I have some pre-selected images in here that I'm going to use for this promotion. So let's start with this one. So we're going to upload this image. That will upload the image, it will resize it for us, and now you'll see that there's an image inside the tile ad group. Now I'm going to go ahead and remove this blank one here at the top, because that'll just create a weird blank space in our tile rotation. And now you can go see what this looks like if you want, or you can go ahead and upload all of your images in here. But if you want to look at it, just go to a page where that left-hand column or right-hand column is present, and you'll be able to see it. So now if I scroll down to the bottom, I should see the tile ad down here. Now the reason I don't is because it's hidden. So let's go ahead and unhide it. And this is a function that you can use in case you want to prepare an ad for presentation to the public, but you don't want anyone to see it until you're done with all the images. So I'm going to go to the settings area for tile ad group 1, which is the group that I'm working on right now. And then inside this group, I'm going to uncheck this checkbox here that says to hide tile ad group 1, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so I've saved the settings for that. So now let's go back over to the Get to Know Us page, and we'll scroll down to the bottom of this, and now we should see that tile ad down here at the bottom. So there it is. Doesn't do anything, you can't click on it, we didn't create a link, it's not going to rotate between multiple images because we've only uploaded one. But let's say we want to do that. So let's go add another image. So again, I can go into the tile ads, I can view all, and I can upload from there, or I can just select add a new tile ad image. And then within this screen, I can choose which tile ad group I want this to be part of. So there are all 5 tile ad groups. I want this to be part of group 1, and I'm going to go grab a second image. So let's use this one for my second image in that group. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a third while we're at it. And then we won't have to come in here again. So I'm going to upload a new tile ad image. Again, I'm going to leave it on group 1. And I'm going to go ahead and select this third image that I've created. And save. Okay, so now in the preview area here where it displays all my tile ads, I see all 3 of my images. Now, in addition to just looking at them in here, you can also edit them. So if I wanted to manipulate this, I can, just like in the banner ads, I can edit, I can crop, I can flip the image, I can do some minor adjustments to sharpness and blurriness and things like that. So if you want more information on how this tool works, go look at the banner image tutorial. It's identical, so we're not going to do it twice. And you can go look in there on how to edit banner images, and the same functions will apply to tile ads. Okay, so we have all 3 of these images in here. So now let's go over to the Get to Know Us area again, and let's scroll down and take a look at those. So I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. There's my images. First image is still showing, and they will rotate between all 3 images. So there's the second one, and then my third image will show up, and we can make these go faster, which I'll show you how to do here in a second. So here comes the third image, and that's and then it will now revert back to the first image. So it just keeps cycling through all 3 of them. And what I want to do here is go change the settings so that rotation process is faster. Again, under the settings area for tile ad group 1 is where you'll go make that change. And this is where you can control how those tile ads appear on your screen. So I'm going to change this to 2 seconds. I'm going to save that, and then we'll go back to the Get to Know Us page, since that's where we can see those tile ads. And I'll scroll down to the bottom and we'll take a look at that. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see how this looks. Okay, so now you'll notice it's rotating a little faster through these different tile ad images that we created. Okay, and so then you could also add a link that people could click on that would take them to a page with more information about that promotion. All right, so that's how you add tile ad images. Again, you can add 5 different groups. So each of them will stack one right on top of the other. And then you can control the content, which is regular text information that surrounds those tile ads, either above them or below them. So again, to edit this content, it's just like editing the content in the rest of the site. You can click Edit here, or you can go under Pages and Content, go to the left right-hand column, and then I can select Content Above Tile Ads, which would be the content we're looking at right here. So I went ahead and clicked on that. It will display the content editor just like with the other pages. I can come in here and I can edit that information. By the way, one thing you might notice is that the white background and the silver backgrounds that were in here are gone. That's because we have this button turned on. So if I turn that off, it will let me see this exactly how it looks on the screen. But a lot of times you want to leave that turned on so you can get a better feel for where the paragraphing and the returns are happening throughout that. So this is that information for above the tile ad. Let's go look at the information below. So again, I'm going to go to left, right. I'm going to go to the content below the tile ad. Scrolling down in here, you'll notice there's a checkbox where I have this information hidden. So I'm going to uncheck that so I can see this information below the tile ad. I'm going to save it. I'm going to go back to the Get to Know Us page. We're going to scroll down in here, and down below that tile ad there will now be some content, and this is the content that was in that. Okay, and then the last thing is you can add videos just like you can in the pages. You can add videos to the right hand side here. So let's say we wanted to edit the content in this section and we want to throw a little video clip in there. Very simple to do. We'll just put it right here actually and click on the little video, insert video icon here, and then click on the embed tab, and we're going to embed some code from a video that we pulled up here about the Apple iPhone 6. So we'll go ahead and we've selected a width just to make it fit within that width, and 250 works good. Setting it to 250 and then copying and pasting the embed information. So I'm going to highlight all of this, and then I'm going to copy that. Then we'll go back over here. Again, there's a video all about embedding content from YouTube. So if you want to look at that in more detail, just go to the embedding video tutorial. Okay, so there's the video added right there. I'm going to hit save, and then we'll go back to the Get to Know Us page where I can see that column. We'll scroll down to the right. Let's take a look at it. There's our video right there. So I can go ahead and hit play right inside that window, and the video will just play. And it's a pretty simple process. That's all there is to it. So now you know how to add and manage tile ad images. You know how to add video tutorials, and you know how to add content below and above the tile ad images. All right. Again, there's some other videos that talk about positioning and turning these left and right hand columns on or off. And there's also another video all about editing videos if you didn't catch how to do that. All right, that's all there is to it.